The 2023 Dutch football season has been marred by escalating fan violence, leading to shocking scenes like the abandonment of Ajax versus Feyenoord. This disturbing trend highlights deeper societal issues intersecting within football stadiums. The 2023 Dutch football season has witnessed a sharp increase in fan dissatisfaction. It was necessary to give up on Ajax versus Feyenoord, and footage of the carnage was shown globally. Despite being the most well-known event, it was only the most recent in a long line of similar ones. However, what exactly is the cause, and why? The match between Ajax and Feyenoord has always been fierce and has tended to be dominated in recent years, but Feyenoord was up 3 goals this year, so things were different. This was the second time that fans at the Johan Cruyff Arena in Amsterdam had disrupted the game to vent their dissatisfaction by throwing flares onto the field. Recently, regulations were introduced specifically for this occasion by the KNVB, the Dutch football body. The match would be abandoned and the referee would cancel the game if items were thrown into the field twice during the match. The acting CEO of Ajax announced the cancellation of one of the most significant games in the Netherlands. That is indeed serious. This has made everyone unhappy and furious. However, there have been numerous instances of rowdy fans disrupting games, assaulting players and acting out of control since the beginning of 2023. A 20-year-old fan of PSV Eindhoven struck Serbian goalkeeper Marko Dimitrovic in the face in February. In April, former midfield player Davy Klaassen suffered cuts after being struck in the head by a lighter during a match against Feyenoord. A battalion of hooded supporters attempted to break into the away end at an adult Conference League match against West Ham United in the same month that Alkmaar fans were imprisoned for making anti-Semitic remarks while traveling to a game against Ajax. FC Utrecht, Go Ahead Eagles, Sparta Rotterdam, and other teams have all had their matches called off. The Dutch press and government are aware that the Ultras are to fault for these cancellations. Following the game's abandonment, Dylan Zacharias, the Minister of Justice and Security, stated that this had nothing to do with football or being a supporter anymore. You play for your safety, as well as the safety of the players and other fans. Disgrace to you. Mark Rutte, the Prime Minister of the nation, added his perspective. Referees, coaches, and players are off limits. This is a shocking event. This moral panic of the 21st century has left the police and politicians reeling, as they have been forced to equate ultras with hooligans in a nation renowned for its practicality and reason. While newspaper columnists have pondered which harsh measures should be used, the government has vowed to forbid all football supporters from attending games. How can organizations like ultras and such extreme violence in football exist? For example, the league card system in Turkey, which connects your ticket to your seat, where you are filmed by police and HD surveillance cameras, or the policy that forbids anyone who has been accused of disorder around a stadium from attending games and requires them to sign their names at the police station before, during, and after a match. Although hooliganism has been reduced in both nations, fan culture has lost a great deal of its uniqueness as a result. But the fear also has a misunderstanding of ultra culture. Although ultras have historically been associated with violence, they can also spur legislative and political change. In Ukraine, Egypt, Serbia, Algeria, Turkey, and other places, they have contributed to resolutions and revolutions. Protests in Germany, primarily led by ultras, were effective in stopping the game's pirate equity investment. Ultras often mirror the people and places around them. Hooliganism prioritizes violence over all other considerations. In the past, the Netherlands faced a comparable problem with English-style hooliganism. Once thought to be the fiercest in the world, Erdogan Haag's hooligans are from the Netherlands. Notoriety was gained when, in the 1980s, they set fire to their stadium following a loss. Nowadays, ultras are the most prominent and powerful football culture, drawing vast numbers of young people, and politicians are willing to point the finger at acts of violence. Is there, however, a deeper issue that football stadiums are just reflecting? For instance, the COVID-19 pandemic has made political radicalism in the Netherlands far more prevalent. Following violent rallies over everything from climate change policy to COVID restrictions to anti-refugee marches, politicians have been deluged with death threats. Join us as we delve deeper into the multifaceted world where football, politics, and personal agency intersect in captivating ways. Subscribe to explore the complexities behind incidents like the Ajax versus Feyenoord match and their broader implications. Witness the intersection of sport and society firsthand.